Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This is my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, December 8th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this would be a video for you. A couple of quick clarifications. First off, number one, the candlestick that you see over here will be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol SVFD. And good start to this one. And then there's been a pullback essentially the entire day long. So let's get this pullback here mapped out. We have this trend line right there. And then let's also point out the fact that we have this lower trend line right here that has taken shape. And I'm going to change that to green because that's more so the support trend line. And then let's just change all this to the same color because what we actually have here is a pattern. So we have our resistance, we have our support, and then we have the huge move up right here. And to make this a little bit more visual for you golfers out there, maybe let me put a golf hole down here. And this would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, nothing is guaranteed, but would it be shocking? Would it catch people off guard to see the price get some support down around here, come back up to that level, and then potentially even break through it? And if it does break through there, that break in of itself create additional buying pressure. None of that stuff would catch people off guard or say, wow, I didn't see that coming. Now, that doesn't mean it'll happen, but those are all reasonable conclusions based on the very nature of the pattern itself. So if you like stocks down below $10, you like bull pennant patterns, certainly keep an eye on it. Next one here, NKLA, and this is definitely, at least the way I'm going to approach it, for a certain demographic of traders, and those are the people that like to play potential double bottoms. So let me get this into play here, change it to green to represent support. But right there at 75 cents, and you can see that opening 30 minutes after the big gap down, price dropped, hit that 75-cent mark, and then made a very, very nice bounce in the upwards direction. Now, granted, sure, that bounce has given back all its gains, but in doing so, has once again brought the price back down to this area, which makes it very valid to throw out a valid question of, is the price going to bounce from there again? Now, to be fair, like I just said, there are no guarantees. So maybe the price goes down there and crashes right through it. That's why risk management matters. But that is a two-sided coin because, well, maybe the price does come down here a little bit more and then does get a bounce. And in that situation, relative to what was being risked, you could be looking at some good upside potential. So if you are a disciplined trader and you like to play penny stocks, you like to play double bottom potential patterns, certainly keep an eye on this one. Next one here, ticker symbol AMD. Very, very impressive move. And this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have watched past videos. But if you have, hopefully you remember me talking about that red line there as resistance. But you can see earlier on in the day, price came up there, broke through that level, and then just continued to grind and grind higher and higher. So that level has been completely destroyed. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And we'll add in some new levels here. We're going to have to squeeze things back here a bit more, which is always a good problem to have when you have to go back into the charts history. So one of the newest areas of support is I would call right here at this area of 125.75. So if you like to play pullbacks, then I could see that area being a very interesting level to keep an eye on. And that's just based on foundational rules in charting, which state when levels of resistance, which you can see it was right there, are broken, they tend to act as support. And you can see right there it acted as resistance once again. But once the price broke above it, right there, price consolidated right above it before making that move to the upside. So if there is any sort of pullback, that'd be a very interesting level, and it would create a nice pattern. So I'm not saying this will occur, but even if the price did pull back to that area, which would require some sort of downwards channel, from the bigger picture point of view, you'd still have a nice bull flag pattern. So that just shows how strong today was, because even with a bigger pullback, you're not wrecking the chart. In all actuality, you're just forming a certain type of bullish pattern. In terms of areas of resistance, want to squeeze things down to just illustrate that you can see that the price essentially at highs that have not been seen for a very long time. So nothing fancy behind this logic other than asking the question, where did the party finally stop today? And that was right up there at 128.70. So 128.70, like I said, is where the party stopped for the bulls, and that'll be battle or public enemy number one moving forward. But all in all, very, very strong day. Next one, ticker symbol GMBL. Very, very impressive move today, especially when you consider that just yesterday on Wednesday, the price was down around here, and now the price has boomed all the way up there. Sure, there's been a little bit of a pullback right here, but as I just talked about, within that pullback, when you consider what happened beforehand, we have a bull flag pattern. I'm not going to officially put that in there, but if you do want to look at it from that angle, I wouldn't put much argument into against whether or not that's a bull flag pattern. But what I do want to point out is even if there is a another move to the upside, what you're going to want to watch very closely now is all eyes on that pink line there, which on my chart denotes a very famous, a very well-known 200 period moving average. And I did want to map out this because, yes, this level right here is also going to be a key level of resistance right there at 0.024. Going back through the history of things, you can see rejected the price right there and rejected it once again right there. But I want to bring up that even if the price does break through that level, be skeptical. Why? Well, because we already talked about it. I kind of got ahead of myself. But just because the price breaks by that level, yeah, you can get a little happy, but don't get overly excited because the price would then have to deal with that 200 period moving average. But anyway, look at it. Very big surge today. Yeah, there was a bit of a pullback right now, but overall the price still has an opportunity to build a higher base. So let's see if it can get that job accomplished or not on Friday. Next one here, ticker symbol AMC. And overall, it's hanging in there a good day. Now, why would I call this a good day when the price didn't really explode or anything like that? And this will mean a little bit more to those of you that watch past videos, but the reason why it was a good day is because the price continues to hold strong right up there at above $6.80. Now, earlier in the day, the price did break down below it, but to give credit due, the price was able to fight back above there and is still maintaining that level. And the reason why you want to see it continue to maintain is, and I'm not saying this will occur, but if the price were to drop to the downside, what would that be doing to the price? That would be putting the price right back to where it started before going on the very, very nice upwards movement that happened here. And the last thing you want to see any sort of price do is make a great move and then go right back to where it started. But as of now, that hasn't been the case. It's still working on building a higher base. And if it can get that job accomplished, then you'll have a higher base here. You'll have a higher base right there. And if you envision those as stair steps, you'll have some stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. So far, so good in that regard. In terms of levels of resistance, nothing has changed from that angle. Still all about that purple line there, 50 period moving average, and then pink line there, the 200 period moving average. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use to get signed up. Or if you're watching it at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can use to sign up. Now, one special note, it is a genuine live event. So maybe you already have something on your schedule this evening, or maybe you're watching this Friday morning and you completely missed it. That's okay. Send me an email and I can send you a link to the replay. All I ask is it's first got to happen because it is a genuine live event. So it's got to happen first, and then I can send you a link to the replay if you're interested. But if you can make it live, then definitely get signed up and I'll see you here in a few hours. Next one here, PLTR did this analysis on yesterday's watch list video, and so far so good. $17 area right around there is holding strong. Price came down there. Never hit it exactly, but definitely got within a couple pennies and then got a nice little bounce. It is coming back down there. So again, a couple ways you could look at this. If you are bullish, then yeah, you could still have an area down here where maybe you get another bounce. But if you're somebody that's bearish, then what you actually have here from that angle is you have a bear pennant pattern. No, just because something's bullish doesn't mean the price will for sure go up. And the same is true in this situation. Just because something's bearish in pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go back downwards. I'm just pointing out that whether you like to go short or like to go long, there's a couple different ways you could approach this. And obviously that's going to be up to you and your risk tolerance. Next one here, TSLA Tesla. And all things considered, good solid day, although this will mean more to those of you that watched yesterday's video, because for those of you that did, I'm sure you remember me, or I hope you remember me talking about, watch that pink line. But the past couple of times the price got down there, the price has gone below it before coming back upwards. And check it out. Look what happened today. Now, I realize that if this is your first video, then whatever, Clay, you're just saying that. And that's fine. I understand your skepticism, but just go back in the archive and pull that up. And I don't say any of this to brag on myself, but I do say it to brag on charts. So I'll turn that into a quick plug. Get signed up for that free class. We have a perfect real-life example of the power of charts. So like I said, for those of you that watch that video, and if anybody did wait for it to come down below that area before getting anything, congratulations, because you got a very nice move back in your favor. But other than that, nothing has really changed. You still have that pink line as the main area of support. Once again, if the price were to come down there, then history suggests that, yeah, it would probably be wise to allow the price to first get down below that level, because it has done that now. In fact, you couldn't see the other time. Let me move that over. There you go. So this is what I circled that first time. Price came down there, below there, below there, below there, and then below there, and every time has recovered. So keep an eye on that dynamic. If the price now, last 30 minutes here, good, solid, strong move. If this move continues upwards, then nothing new. Still all about that 246.75 mark as that main area of resistance. But all in all, crazy day today. It's looking like it's closing strong. So we'll see if it can build upon that momentum into Friday. Next one here, ALT, and overall, Good looking chart. Now, I emphasize the word overall because I do understand there's some perspective that goes into it. Meaning, if you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought somewhere up around there and your plan was to buy and sell within 7 minutes, well, then yes, from that angle, the chart looks really, really bad. But from the grand scheme of it all, yeah, the price is pulled back. But let's say the price even pulls back more and comes down to that level that I talked about previously, right there around 585. Now, again, emphasis here on big picture. From the big picture standpoint, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows there. You'd have lows there. You'd have a low there. You'd have that low down there. And if you envision each one of those as stair-steps, what do you have from the big picture? Well, from the big picture, you'd still very clearly have stair-steps making progress in the upwards direction. And that's what it's all about from big picture trend building. Higher highs and higher lows. Again, I 100% understand that if you're a day trader and you bought right there, you don't care about these levels. But that's why I'm trying to differentiate between talking about it from more of a day trader standpoint for somebody that cares about the bigger picture chart. So yes, big picture-wise, it pulled back today. But overall, the chart's still plenty fine. So 585 is that level of support. And then if the price does try to recover back upwards, keep an eye on 765 as that initial area of resistance. Next one here, ticker symbol NIO. And rough day today. It's hanging in there. And maybe you can see why I would say it's hanging in there. If you can't, well, then let's take a look here at that pink line, which you now know is the 200 period moving average. And so far, so good. It held as support previously a couple days ago, and then fast forward to today and this afternoon, you can see the price basically sitting and going right above that level. And it's very important that the price stays above it for the same very same reason as AMC. So AMC was a stock where I said, if the price breaks down below there, well, now all of a sudden you have the threat of that happening and putting the price right back to where it was, which we've established now. Price movements that make great moves up and then go back to where they started, not exactly a sign of genuine power. But so far, so good. The price is holding above that 200 period moving average, and that's why you want to see the price continue to hold above it, because that's representing some signs of progress. In terms of areas of resistance, main level in the near term, I would consider right there at the 760 mark. And then if 760 can be broken, next key level up there, right around the 795 mark. But yeah, no doubt about it. Today, not so good, but the price is still it's holding on strong, so we'll see if the price can stay above that 200 period moving average or not. Next one here, ticker symbol TQQQ, which is an ETF that measures the NASDAQ market. So if you believe the NASDAQ market as a whole is going to go up, this one will also go up. And grab your popcorn, and this will mean a little bit more to those who watch past videos, but if you did, you know that I've been talking about that 44.50 mark, and check it out, the power of charts once again. Look right where the price has struggled basically all day long. Right around that general area of 44.50. But the good news is the price is well within striking distance. So it makes a whole lot of sense to throw out the question, does the breakout occur on Friday? Is the price finally going to be able to come up to that level and push up through it, which will put it at levels that it hasn't seen for several days now? Because the last time the price was up above that area, was back here in late November. So a chance here to get itself back to highs that have not been seen for a while. But still, it's got to fight through that level. So got a lot of people going to be watching that area, and lots of people are watching the same areas and wondering the same thing. Call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can produce some very dynamic movement. So no guarantees, but is it plausible if the price comes up here and finally gets a high volume break that could create even more upside buying pressure? That is certainly plausible. So grab your popcorn, grab your Sour Patch Kids, and let's see if the price can break above 44.50 or not. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, then definitely get signed up for that free live online class. It'll be this evening, Thursday, December 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And like I said earlier, if you can't make it for whatever reason, go ahead and send me an email, clay@claytrader.com, and I'd be happy to send you a link to the replay. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, please do two things for me. Hit the like button, leave a simple comment, say hi, tell me what you traded today, give me your watch just for tomorrow. But those two things help out the channel, help out these videos, and I really do appreciate it. So definitely go get signed up for that free class. If you can't make it live, send me an email, hit that like button, and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.